What's going on, you guys? Be the Notary here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. Labor Day weekend kind of threw me off. Also, you guys, I have a little bit of a cold, so pray for your girl. Like, there's a weird bug that's going around because everybody that I know is sick. My daughter was sick. My boyfriend was sick. So there's like a weird bug going on. So I hope y'all are doing well. The masks probably have to come back out soon, child, because I don't know, this cooties going around, you guys. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about signing services versus title companies and what the differences really are and what is probably best for you to be pursuing depending on where you're at with your loan signing service journey. So we'll talk about all the things. We'll get into that. So I've done a couple videos where I kind of touched on, the type of where your signings will come from, right? Whether they'll come from title companies, apostle, whatever, you know what I mean? And signing services. And so as far as my opinion on which is better, someone who has now almost been a loan signing agent for almost a year at this point, obviously, excuse me, you guys, obviously, I'm going to, for me, this is not applied to new notaries. And someone could still consider me new because I'm, I've been a notary, under a year, but I feel very confident and comfortable as a loan signing agent because I've taken so many signings. So, but for me, you guys, title companies is obviously where I would prefer my signings to come from. And the reason is because they pay more. Duh. Like the goal in anything that we do is to, obviously we want to provide good service. That's very important, but we want to get the maximum pay. So title companies pay more. And the reason is once you have, established a relationship with title companies, you have eliminated the middle person. Signing services, they're convenient, and we're going to talk about that too. But they are the person who is facilitating the signing, so they're like, I need my cut from all of this. And so because of that, because they are organizing it, working directly with the title company, which is nice too, because it takes out a lot of that responsibility for you to have to coordinate and everything, all of that. They ensure the title company that you have your credentials and all of those things. So that is also nice as well. But yeah, they take a fee, and sometimes the fee, in my opinion, is way too high. But, needless to say, they do need to be compensated as well. So, yeah, again, where I'm at, I obviously prefer to work directly with title companies. So, which is better for you? Now, if you are a brand new notary, you're just, hopefully you watched my video about 101 signing services that you can sign up with today. Hopefully you guys have already watched that. If not, pause this, go watch it, and make sure you sign up for all of those, and then come back here and then we'll discuss further. But again, hopefully you have signed up for the plentiful amount of signing services and title companies that I have provided to you guys, and that will kind of get you going on your way. But again, if you're a new notary, me personally, again, I have added some title companies to that list, but I would focus specifically on signing services because they're more easily accessible, and they're going to be the companies that take a chance on a new loan, a new notary, okay? They're going to take the chance on you guys, and usually some of them don't love to work with new notaries, but they're going to be the ones to take a chance on you and give you your first signings, and so therefore you should be focusing on them. Signing services are great. I still work with more signing services than I do title companies. I have about 6 title companies that I have developed a relationship with that contact me directly now, which is really nice. That they know that I do good work. They know that I have good bedside manner and that I, am really nice to clients and I'm able to connect with them. And again, we've established a rapport, so I do work directly with them. But most of my signings still come from signing services, okay? But like I said, the signing services, they're going to give you a shot. They're going to give you multiple, you want to have lots of different signings out the gate. And you're just not going to get that right away with the title companies, you guys. You're not, unless you have tons of connections and you're just coming into this thing with tons of connections with title companies. And that could be the case. If that's the case, then bravo. That's really, really good for you. But that's usually not the case. So, like I said, signing services, I want to reiterate this to you guys. Just don't let them take advantage of you, okay? My suggestion in the beginning, your first 5 signings, I hate to say this, but kind of take what you can get, because you don't know what you're doing and you need to get your feet wet. And if you're like me, you learn by repetition, you learn by actually getting out there and doing things. And this isn't even just specific to signings. That's just how I am in general. If I'm taking on a new task, I could do all the training, and that's great. Because you definitely want to do training, and I'm actually going to do a video on that as well. Because some of y'all are just jumping out there without training, and y'all are just getting up out there and doing these signings, and that's not a good idea. So we're going to talk about that later, but you still need that hands-on field experience, okay? So in the beginning, and again, it's funny because you're going to see on your own, like you're going to see the amount of work that you have to do for each signing, especially in the beginning until you get your bearings and kind of understand the ropes. But yeah, you have to kind of take what you can get, so to speak, in the beginning. But you might still get some really, really good offers. Like there are some signing services that really compensate well. There are. For example, I'm going to give you guys an example. Notary Go. They are one of the signing services and I still, occasionally I'll do signings with them. Not as much because they will lowball you. I'm just going to say it. Notary Go, I love you guys. You guys are great, but they will lowball you if you let them do it. But they also take a chance on you and they'll give you your signing. So for instance, they might send you an offer for like a buyer signing for like $50. In my opinion, that's unacceptable, but you have to learn how to do it, right? So maybe the first 2 you take it and you go see when y'all start printing all that daggone paper out, you're gonna be like, man, I'm not doing this for no $50. But you gotta get out there and do it. And like I said, Notary Go is very reputable. They're easy to work with. They're cool. All that's great. But, I wish that they would submit the initial offers higher. Now with Notary Go, I've had some some really intense negotiations with them where I'm like, okay, they'll hit me with the $50 buyer package and I come back, nope, $130. And sometimes it happens last minute. This is the funny part. You'll get some offers like, let's just say today's Wednesday, right? It's 11 o'clock Eastern. They might send me an offer for 2 o'clock. That's pretty last minute, right? And for $50. So you mean to tell me, so I'm like, no, you're going to have to come up, because they're running out of options at that point. You know what I mean? So sometimes you'll have situations where you have a little more leverage, like this is last minute. You're going to have to give me more money. And a lot of times they will oblige and they'll do that. Sometimes they don't, but you have to know what you're worth after you get some signings under your belt and move forward. I really want to implore and empower all of you loan signing agents to really know your worth, because I feel like if we all do that, they'll start offering us all more money. Okay, so once you get some signings under your belt, don't accept pennies, because honestly, not only does that affect you, that affects everybody. Because what happens is the loan signing services, they're like, well, if you don't accept it, somebody else will. But if we all take a firm stance and we're like, we're not taking that, then they'll have to compensate us, okay? So again, loan signing services are great for everyone. I'm going to continue to work with loan signing services, you know, and there's some really great ones that I work with that contact me routinely. But again, it is always nice to take that middle person out of it, and work with title companies who, you know, off the bat might, you know, send you an offer for $280. You know, whereas you might have got that same offer from a signing service and they send it to you for $90 or $100. And it's like, ooh, y'all are taking a big chunk of this and I'm doing most of the work. You know what I mean? So that's why I said it is important to negotiate, because I don't believe that the signing service should be making more than the actual notary for anything. And that is just my opinion, because we are the ones who are actually doing the legwork that goes into closing these deals. So again, signing services versus title companies, they are both great. For more seasoned notaries and loan signing agents, you guys should be focusing on developing relationships with title companies and really working on that, and still working with loan signing services. But for my newer notaries, you guys, your focus should be primarily with signing services until you build up momentum, rapport, experience, and then you can kind of shift and then focus your experience, your focus on building relationships with title companies, okay? So hopefully this video is helpful to you guys. As always, please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any questions, drop down in my comments. You guys know I always love to talk to you guys, and you know, hear from you on your thoughts. You guys help me out as well, okay? And if anybody has a little cold like me, I hope you guys feel better as well, okay? And Be the Notary, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.